You're about to see those very clear pictures. He's casually dressed, but police call him a criminal.
These are the darkest cybercrimes that shook the world, leaving authorities powerless. Discover how hackers outsmarted the system and left billions in their wake. Don't miss this thrilling story. Citibank hack, 1994. In 1994, a Russian hacker launched a cyber attack on Citibank, one of the world's largest financial institutions. The hacker, known by the name Blood Levels, infiltrated Citibank servers, stealing customer passwords and codes. In July 1994, customers began reporting unauthorized transactions worth around $400,000. The attack continued until October 1994, with hackers transferring more than $10 million globally, including destinations like the US, Israel, and Germany. The scale of the breach became so massive that Citibank sought help from SBI to track these transactions. After intense investigations, the hacker was caught in 1998. The culprit, identified as Andrei from Russia, was arrested and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Despite the massive attack, Citibank managed to recover most of the stolen funds. It was one of the most significant cyberattacks of the 1990s, exposing vulnerabilities in online banking and sparking a global conversation about cybersecurity. Mafia Boy attack, 2008. In 2008, a teenager known as Mafia Boy launched one of the largest DDoS, distributed denial of service, attacks on the internet. Michael, the hacker behind the name, targeted major companies like Yahoo, FIFA, Amazon, and Adelphia. The attack overwhelmed their servers, causing them to crash and shut down. As a result, $1.2 billion in damages were reported. Despite the scale of the attack, Mafia Boy was just a teenager with minimal experience. His motives were not clear, and many didn't realize the magnitude of the attack until it was too late. He was arrested and received just 8 months of detention. The attack shocked the world, proving that even young hackers could cause massive harm. It was a turning point in internet security, forcing companies to rethink how they protected their servers from such attacks. Sasser worm, 2003. In 2003, the Sasser worm wreaked havoc across the globe, causing major disruptions in internet traffic. The worm, created by an 18-year-old hacker named Sven Jashin, targeted Windows systems, slowing down computers worldwide. The most notable victim was Delta Airlines, where the worm crippled their IT systems, leading to flight cancellations. The worm's impact was so severe that Microsoft offered a $250,000 reward for any information leading to the capture of the hacker. Jashin was eventually caught, and his attack caused over $500 million in damages. The Sasser worm remains one of the most infamous cyberattacks, demonstrating the risks of unsecured systems and the importance of proactive cybersecurity. Jashin, despite his youth, had caused a massive global incident. Operation Get Rich, 2005. In 2005, a massive identity theft attack known as Operation Get Rich targeted U.S. music retailers. Hackers used unsuccessful Wi-Fi networks to steal debit and credit card details of millions of customers. The breach is considered one of the biggest identity theft incidents, with over 140 million records stolen. The attackers used these stolen details to make fraudulent transactions, causing millions in losses. The operation was masterminded by Alberto Gonzalez and his gang, who managed to hack into retail networks without being detected. The FBI eventually arrested the criminals, but the damage was done. $20 million in losses were estimated from the attack. Gonzalez was sentenced to 20 years in prison for his role in the massive cybercrime operation. This incident highlighted the need for stronger cybersecurity measures in retail sectors. Operation Shady Rat, 2006. In 2006, a mysterious cyber attack known as Operation Shady Rat began, targeting high-profile organizations worldwide. The attack lasted for several years, with hackers infiltrating governments, corporations, and defense contractors, including the U.S. government. The goal was not money, but to steal intellectual property and sensitive information. It wasn't until 2011 that the breach was uncovered by a security researcher. Hackers were able to access valuable data, such as medical records from the UK's National Health Service. The operation remained undetected for years, and while allegations pointed to China, the true identity of the attackers remains unknown. Operation Shady Rat stands as one of the longest and most widespread espionage attacks in cyber history, marking a new era of targeted data theft. Iceman Cybercrime, 2007. In 2007, a notorious hacker named Iceman, whose real identity was Max, gained infamy for his role as a cyber double agent. By day, he worked as an 8th security consultant, but by night, he operated as an ethical hacker turned criminal. Iceman used his expertise to steal over $21 million through fraudulent purchases across multiple platforms. His skills were so advanced that even SBI sought his help at one point. However, in 2007, he was caught and arrested. Iceman received a 13-year prison sentence along with a $1.5 million fine for his role in the extensive cybercrime operation. His case shocked the cyber world, as it proved that even the most trusted individuals could turn against the very systems they were meant to protect. Configure Worm, 2008. In 2008, the Configure Worm emerged as one of the most dangerous malware threats ever seen. It was discovered but never traced back to a single creator. The worm infected millions of computers globally, creating a massive botnet and making it extremely difficult to remove. Configure spread quickly, affecting Windows systems, and was responsible for a global disruption in internet services. Its ability to self-replicate and evade detection made it one of the hardest threats to combat. Despite efforts from cybersecurity experts, the full scope of the attack remained unclear. Today, Configure remains a symbol of the challenges in combating sophisticated cyber threats, as the worm still continues to pose a risk. Epsilon Breach, 2011. In 2011, the Epsilon data breach targeted one of the largest email marketing firms, affecting over 2,000 companies globally. The breach compromised the email addresses and personal details of millions of people. Companies like Best Buy, Walgreens, and JPMorgan Chase were among the victims. The hackers infiltrated the company's system and gained access to sensitive information, including customer data. The damage was estimated to be between $25 million and $40 million. This breach highlighted vulnerabilities in third-party service providers and the risks of storing large amounts of sensitive data in one place. The Epsilon breach marked a significant turning point in how companies approached data security and email marketing strategies. Saudi Aramco attack, 2012. In 2012, Saudi Aramco, one of the world's largest oil companies, became the target of a devastating cyber attack. The attack, known as the Shamoon virus, was a sophisticated hacking effort that led to the destruction of 30,000 computers within the company. Hackers gained access to sensitive data, including internal banking records, and erased critical files from servers. The attackers used phishing emails to infiltrate the system, causing chaos across the company's infrastructure. The attack was so severe that Aramco had to bring in 50,000 new hard drives to replace the destroyed ones. Though it was speculated that the attack originated from Iran, the full details of the perpetrators remain unclear. The Saudi Aramco attack sent shockwaves through the energy sector and raised alarms about the vulnerability of critical industries to cyber threats. Bangladesh Bank Heist, 2016. In 2016, hackers launched a sophisticated cyber attack on Bangladesh Bank, attempting to steal $1 billion. The attackers, suspected to be from North Korea, used malware to manipulate the bank's system and issue fraudulent transfer requests to the Federal Reserve in New York. While the hackers were able to transfer $81 million to accounts in the Philippines, the rest of the money was intercepted due to a spelling error in the transaction instructions. This heist remains one of the most daring cybercrimes in history, highlighting the vulnerabilities in the global banking system. The stolen funds were eventually traced, and the attackers' plans were thwarted. But the breach exposed serious weaknesses in the security protocols of major financial institutions. The world's most shocking cybercrimes are just the beginning. Want to know about the 5 unbelievable heists pulled off like a movie script? Hit that subscribe button now and never miss a story that'll leave you on the edge of your seat. Stay tuned. The next chapter is even crazier.